Okay, folks, howdy from East Nashville, Tennessee. Guthrie Trapp here, your old buddy. Hey, man, that's just an example of me trying to write a tune. Not the first little out of time half, but that little riff I've been working on for a while. And, man, the most concerned thing that I am when I start writing a song, an instrumental song, which can take on various life forms and arrangement changes throughout the course of its life, is I don't want to be boring. You know, I want to approach this from not my own, okay, I want to try to get as intricate or as whatever as I can. I think of it as like, if I'm going out to hear music, what am I not going to walk out on? You know, what is going to really make it interesting? And like, some time changes, some key changes, maybe just anything to kind of make it, well, not anything, but something, to make it interesting and adventurous to the listener. Try to play with energy, make some mistakes, and really work it out. So that's kind of like a little tune I've been kind of working on a little bit. Got back from playing up in New York and Connecticut with Oates last week. It rained the whole time. There was some amazing parts, but American Airlines lost my guitar. As soon as we landed in LaGuardia, I got a message saying, yeah, one of your bags is not going to make it. So we had to go borrow a guitar, and I played a Taylor for a couple days, but it was all fine. But anyway, glad to be back in Nashville, and just kind of looking forward to digging in this summer, getting back to some projects, recording some music, and just kind of getting inspired again. And after all that traveling, man, I've been trying to get back to being inspired. Thank you guys for all the positive comments. I really appreciate it. Of course, I got to say, check out the links below. Standard YouTube lingo there. And so, but anyway, yeah, I really do. I read all the comments, and I might not respond to every one of them personally, but they are heartfelt, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, this is not going to be a long video here, but I wanted to, of course, I say that every time, and it ends up being 20 minutes, but I got to start getting these a little shorter, so because I know not everybody has that long to check these out. But if you do, I appreciate you. And man, thanks for all the private lessons and stuff everybody's been doing. I've been getting some great feedback from Artist Works students around the world. Lots of private lessons coming in, which is really good. So that's a great thing. Zoom. And locally here in Nashville, or the guitar immersion experiences have been going good. People have been signing up for those and scheduling those throughout the summer. That's a full day of living, side by side. We go, coffee, breakfast, 2 hours of guitar lessons right here, videotaped. Then we do lunch. We do a tour of Nashville. We go hear live music. We meet a bunch of musicians. We hang. We do the whole thing. And so that's a fun thing to do too. Check that out at bookings@guthrietrapp.com. Definitely check that out. I know I'm getting into the sales pitch here a little bit, but another thing I wanted to tell you was my next goal. I'm trying to figure out what's next here. And so what I'm going to do is I want to really get out and play with my trio outside of Nashville in some different cities and different venues. And so this is something that I've never really pursued seriously, but I've got this momentum going, and I want to do that. So if you guys have any venues or cities that you think that would be good for the trio, me and my bass player and drummer, good friends that play with me, it's a fun show. It's a lot of original music. It's full-blown electric guitar. And so I'm looking at doing some clinics, some performances, and just getting out there and doing some guitar festivals and any of that kind of stuff. I want to get out and play in front of some people with the trio, and because we're having a blast at the Underdog, and that's going great. But again, if you have any information or any suggestions or anybody to hook me up with, booking agents, whatever, I'm open to anything. I'm going grassroots on this one, guys. So bookings at GuthrieTrap.com, and Haley or me will get you taken care of and respond to you and everything. So thanks for that. Getting back to the lesson part of this, I wanted to show you guys a little bit more of what I was what I'm talking about playing through chord changes. So again, here's a really great example of a chord change that I use: A minor, D minor, G sus, A minor. Now this might sound like a familiar song to you, but it actually is a great way to go through these changes. So A minor, D minor, or D minor 7 to G sus to G7. So the groove would be like. That's the idea. So what's beautiful about this is I can play, and I don't do this very often, but I'm gonna show you exactly what scales to play over this chord progression, to where you can start seeing what I'm talking about really outlining. Now this, you're treating this as a 5 chord, and I don't talk about this much either, but this is actually, you're treating this as a 5 chord. So you want this to be tension. This is the tension spot, the G. So then I go back to the A minor. So if I'm playing, these are all chord tones. A minor, arpeggio. D minor, arpeggio. G7. Everywhere. Learn this all up and down the neck. And learn it in these sections of each chord position. That is what I'm talking about really mapping out the fingerboard. So now I'm going to play this scale that works over this chord. Not the natural minor, but I'm going to play this with the 2, right? I'm not going to go and slow all this down because, of course, I'm doing this to attract attention to the things that allow me to make a living as a musician, which are my private lessons and all that artist works and everything like that. So I'd be lying to you if I said that I want to have an entire full curriculum on YouTube. So I know you understand that, but I got to say that because people are going to go, well, hey, can you do it slower? We can do it slower, but not on here. So that's the idea of this. And so when I go to the D minor, if I'm creating these lines, that's, so you can play, you know. I'm playing right out of the chords. A, D minor. So, now watch the F note of the D D minor is heading towards being the flat 7 of the G. So I'm going to keep going down this scale. There's A minor. There's D minor. There's G. So as soon as I do this, I'm a little out of tune here. So it's about connecting these lines in a melodic way, but you got to have this framework memorized in your head, under your fingers to know. Hand position is a huge thing. You can hear the chords going by. A minor, D minor, G, back to the A minor. You can see how I'm putting these lines together. Oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Let's see here again. That starts sounding like Autumn Leaves a little bit, but it's not. So right here. That's G. Right back to my A minor. So I know I'm going through this kind of fast, but this is more just hammering out the fundamentals you have to have under your fingers. And then it's about the art form of music, listening, being creative, coming up with these lines that really make sense. But that's a great chord progression to check out. A minor, D minor 7, G sus, G7 to A minor. I know I'm going through this fast because I didn't want this to be a super long video. But you get the idea. Thanks for putting up with me and listening to some of that information earlier on in this video. Stay in touch. I'm easy to find, and looking forward to seeing you guys down the road real soon. All right, thanks a bunch. Bye.